This is Millie Weaver.
This is trash.
All right. More people being triggered. Who do you think should win a fake news award?
You.
Me, why?
Because of the dumb thing on your microphone.
But what? What news stories have we published that are fake?
That frogs get gay because of water and then turn other people gay.
You know that's an African-American study out of UC Berkeley, Professor Tyrone Hayes, that references atrazine in the water that causes the frogs to turn gay. He actually says that the frogs exhibit homosexual tendencies after being exposed.
What were the abnormalities you found in frogs, the gender-bending nature of atrazine?
Some of these males actually show, I guess, what we'd call homosexual behavior. They actually prefer to mate with other males.
So that's an actual legitimate study that's being referenced.
Whatever.
Tyrone V. Hayes, look it up, guys. All right. The truth hurts.
Let me boil it down real simple. The FBI is threatening the President of the United States.
What we do here is go back.
To the truth. Breakthrough media. To the truth. Breakthrough media. To the truth.
Very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
You're a white male! You're a white man!
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
One thing that happens when you make as many wild, unproven claims as Trump does is that the people around you have to go to increasingly ridiculous lengths to try to defend those claims. And this weekend we saw another example of that when White House counselor Kellyanne Conway was asked if she had any proof for Trump's outlandish claim that Obama wiretapped him during the campaign and offered this bizarre answer.
How does he know that his phone was actually tapped?
Let me answer that globally. He's the president of the United States. He has information and intelligence that the rest of us do not.
You know what? Yeah, I'll agree with that. Trump has intelligence that I definitely do not. I agree. Listen, people, one more time. Trump's accusation is ridiculous and pathetic.
He's suggesting a U.S. president enlisted a foreign intelligence service to spy on a political adversary. That is an explosive charge.
This is a serious allegation. This might be the most serious allegation any president has made against a previous president.
But this is a very serious allegation for a sitting president to make about his predecessor.
Trump tweeted, terrible, just found out that Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before the victory. Nothing found. This is McCarthyism. And the other one, how low has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon Watergate, bad or sick guy. He said Obama is either a bad or sick guy. Maybe he means him as compliments, like, yeah, man, he's bad. He's a bad guy.
The NSA's deputy director told the BBC it was arrant nonsense, revealing a complete lack of understanding in how the relationship works. And for their part, GCHQ called the accusations utterly ridiculous. And yet, rather than distancing himself from Spicer, Trump decided to back him up.
Are you asking, did I wiretap Donald Trump? Of course, I did it.
How low has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon/Watergate.
Hello? Hey, Barack. Sorry, we have to investigate you on this wiretapping thing.
But you know I didn't do that.
I know, but we still have to investigate it. Otherwise, it'll look like I'm just mentally unstable.
The craziest thing about Trump calling for an investigation without any evidence, zero evidence, Trump has not produced a shred of evidence.
There is no evidence for Trump's claims.
The evidence did not come.
So where did Trump get his info? From the CIA? From the FBI?
Where are you getting this information?
From a very reputable source.
What, the FBI, the CIA?
InfoWars. It's a radio show hosted by Alex Jones. You know he's legit.
was right from the beginning. They were spying on him. They were wiretapping. They were listening in on Trump Tower. They were so desperate that he not be elected that they misled the most secret court of the United States in order to spy on an opposing political campaign in order to undermine a presidential election. Members of the highest echelon in our FBI and Department of Justice conspired to prevent an outsider from breaking the establishment stranglehold on the American people. They needed a reason to spy, so they made one up. They used a dossier of lies paid for by a major political party, the Democrat National Committee, and a presidential candidate, Hillary Rodham Clinton, to dupe that court. They swore to facts they knew were lies to get what they wanted in order to surveil a candidate they could not imagine being president. A cabal of arrogant, condescending employees of our government whose salaries we pay thought that we didn't count. They so wanted Hillary to become president that they violated all the rules and engaged in a charade so we would think there was a real investigation on the emails. They met on the tarmac. They gave people who didn't qualify immunity from prosecution without getting the required incriminating evidence. The FBI then changed lanes with the DOJ and publicly announced a decision in violation of all ethics rules. And they changed legal definitions to satisfy their political goal. They thought she'd be elected and no one would ever know. But she wasn't. So they plotted an insurance policy to bring him down anyway. You know, I've often talked about the Clintons coming on the scene from Arkansas in their bell-bottoms as pigs at the trough. But they really outdid themselves this time, using a foundation in name only to spread the wealth while infecting our departments of justice and the FBI. All the while, their comrades weaponized our tools of intelligence. This is what they do in third world countries, not in America. It's time for holier-than-thou Jim Comey and his band of conspirators from McCabe and Strzok on down to have Lady Justice take off her blindfold and see them for what they are. The arrogance of those seeking a change in a presidential election is unheard of in the United States. And let me be clear. This is not an attack on the FBI or the Department of Justice, because these agencies are bigger than a couple of tainted inhabitants. This is not about one party versus another. It's not even about spying on an American citizen. It's about something even more. It's about an attempt to change the course of American history using the most powerful agencies in the United States government. How dare you? And that's my open. Tell me what you think on my Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram, hashtag Judge Janine.
Breakthrough Media. Did you know that only 6 corporations control 90% of what millions of Americans see, hear, and read every single day? It's the illusion of choice. Think about it. The mainstream media is owned by only a handful of megacorporations with vested interests. But on the other hand, the internet is an interconnected network of billions of sources. So you can research information for yourself from multiple sources, or you can blindly accept what you hear or read in the mainstream media, never questioning what you are being told. This gives you a false sense of reality. I mean, do you actually know what you think you know? Or have you been programmed to accept someone else's version of events? Think about it. This is Darren McBreen, and I want you to break the matrix at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.tv and listen to The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on your mind.
That speech was so brilliant from President Trump. He has trolled the liberal media and the Democrats to exposing who they really are, again. President Trump says America first, they sit. President Trump touts the lowest recorded numbers ever of black unemployment, they pout. Trump says Americans are dreamers too. Jake Tapper admits that's offensive to Democrats. Wow. Now, again, CNN proven completely wrong. We played the clip a second ago. The CNN guy, well, you have to keep in mind that the only people that are watching the State of the Union are the people that actually like Trump. No, wrong again. Here's a video of a liberal watch party literally throwing things at the television as they watch the State of the Union. So here they are. Oh my gosh. I actually haven't seen this. They're throwing shoes. They're throwing drinks. Look at this. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. This is real. They're booing. They're hissing. They're throwing shoes at the TV. Look at that maniac. Can you rewind it, please? Hold on. Just go back to this guy. Okay. All right, so just keep it rolling. Watch that guy. See, I'm telling you, folks, this is amazing. They're getting a kick out of yelling at Trump Tower. They get a rise out of yelling at inanimate objects. They get a rise out of yelling at a robot that resembles Trump at Disney World. They get a rise out of that. They get a rise out of throwing a shoe. Look at this man. You can see it. He throws it, and then he's like, yeah. It's like the highest he's ever been. He gets high off of throwing a flip-flop, a shoe, at a projected image of President Trump's State of the Union. What is wrong with these people? Trump derangement syndrome is real, and liberalism is a mental disorder, and Trump has fully exposed this. It's brilliant.
Trump derangement syndrome. What is it? Do I have it? Is there a cure? My name is Candace Owens, and you are watching my new vlog series, The Declaration. Let's do a symptom check. Did you have a relatively nice, uneventful childhood and then arrive into 2017 realizing that almost every person that you grew up with is actually a racist, homophobic, transphobic, psychopathic, sexist, chauvinistic, literally Hitler, xenophobic killer, including, but not limited to, members of your very own immediate family? Are you certain, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that it's only a matter of time until Trump gets arrested and thrown into a cell with Vladimir Putin and Hillary Clinton will be restored as the rightful president of the United States? Have you recently liked a tweet from Chelsea Handler? Or did you stand up and clap at your television when Joy Behar delivered the very fake news that Trump was caught colluding with Russia?
Michael Flynn promised full cooperation to the Mueller team and is prepared to testify that as a candidate, Donald Trump directed him to make contact with the Russians. Yeah!
Good Lord.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and it's beginning to look a lot like collusion.
I mean, like, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. Reaction from the audience, by the way. I mean,
he goes to jail, he goes to jail, he goes to jail. Lock him up.
Good Lord.
Lock them up. On election night, I had to wear a veil. I was in mourning.
These guys. Look, man.
So this is like the antithesis of that hideous night. And that's why I'm happy.
Even though there's clapping and screaming and everyone's excited, it's also a mixed emotion thing, which is bad. But that doesn't mean it's good for the country either way. That's really bad if the present day president there is collusion proven here. So it's not that it's a happy day, it's we need to figure out what went down here. Like that, I can't find myself cheering either.
Oh, no, it's a happy day. Come on.
Well,
oh my God, this just keeps getting worse.
Come on.
I am more concerned.
He is going to be taken down for what he did, and this country can start to heal.
That's
So on Friday's show, apparently I was guilty of premature evaluation.
Appearances are everything, Miss Fang. Politics and deception are built on it.
You need to wake up, my man. These people are rising up. And the people? Check this out. They're sick of you.
Look like a symbol of hate. Am I offending you? Is this offensive? Does the media seem balanced to you?
Is there a doomsday plan? Am I right to ask about a doomsday plan?
Deeper concerns tonight that the world's shining light of democracy has gone dark.
Feels like the end of the world.
It feels like we're trying to avoid the apocalypse.
Do you see this as a doomsday scenario?
This is a different Earth today than it was. America is crying tonight. I mean, literally crying.
Everybody is crying.
I'm uncomfortable. Trump derangement syndrome is a condition that severely impacts the auditory and visionary receptors of those inflicted. This means that all aspects of what an individual hears or sees is magically transformed into hate. For example, I might say, I like Donald Trump, but a person suffering from TDS hears, I hate all minorities. Similarly, a healthy person's brain sees this image as Melania Trump arriving to aid those impacted by Hurricane Harvey. But a person suffering from TDS, they see her heels and experience genuine outrage. Unfortunately, the only known cure is reality. Here's the thing. The likelihood that every single person that you grew up with secretly pledged allegiance to the KKK is, I don't know, pretty unlikely. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that they're exactly the same people that you thought they were when you were growing up. It's gonna sound crazy, but they might just have different opinions. You see, some people care about the economic state of this country. Those people are more inclined to like Donald Trump and his agenda. Other people care deeply about safe spaces and genderless bathrooms, and I'd be willing to bet that those people are not walking around wearing a MAGA hat. Fact. Donald Trump won the presidency in the same way that Obama won it before him. The American people voted. This is referred to as a democracy. I want you to know that no matter how many times Joy Behar jumps out of her chair and does the funky chicken dance, Russian collusion is an illusion. Seriously, guys, it's been a year and not a single shred of evidence has been produced tying Donald Trump to Russia. Come back to the side of reality. We miss you guys. Grown adults crying every night on TV is not a sign of an unbiased media. It's actually the rest of the world being made privy to what should exist exclusively between a therapist and his patient. Remember this guy? He is not the enemy. This is an expression of patriotism, not racism, not xenophobia, not literally Hitler, America. The United States of America is a country that each and every one of us should be proud to live in. If you perceive that as a message of hate and not a call for unity, then Godspeed, because it's going to be a long 8 years. Thank you guys so much for watching.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Thank you all for coming together to represent our party at its best.
I am standing in the middle of 1984 civilization.
Let resistance equal progress.
Yeah, this kind of feels fascist to me, yet they're out here protesting fascism. They put it in their music videos, they hold up decapitated heads, plays in the New York Public Theater.
Are you trying to fight me, bro? Yeah, trying to engage in political discourse with these people, and you've seen the responses time and time again. And this represents the strength, the courage, and the bravery that we can have freedom and prosperity.
The War Room. Infowars.com/show.
Anyone claims they were your friend or cared about you stops associating with you because you have a different opinion, or worse in their eyes, voted for Trump. Let them go. These are the same people who loved you when you voted Obama. Fair weather. And you never had to wonder if you would get sucker punched or worse wearing an Obama t-shirt. That, no matter how you spin it, is the truth. And the next time you get called an Uncle Tom, tell them to at least read up on him first. Not to my surprise, most don't care to.
Breakthrough Media.